All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin. You guys are all doing well. We're back again with another live stream, bringing you the latest in all of Chelsea news. It's going to be another cracking show, ladies and gentlemen. As soon as you come through, smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. Let's get the subscriptions up. Let's try and hit 23,000. But more than anything, destroy the like button. Destroy the like button. Quite a few things to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. Mason Mount, it's going to be an ongoing story, this whole Mason Mount thing, now that the season's coming to an end. And the fact that we need to balance our books massively by June 30th, it's going to be a madness. As soon as the season finishes, it will actually be a madness. We will see a lot of players leaving. Hopefully, we will see a lot of players leaving because we have to get rid of a lot of players. And then I think officially the transfer window opens. Does the transfer window open in the first week of June or something like that? Or does it open in July? I'm not actually sure. Maybe it does open in the first week of June. Let me know in the live chat. When does the transfer window open for the summer, which is it's highly anticipated, much like every other windows out there. This one is definitely very, very highly anticipated. So yeah, we're going to talk about Mason Mount. We're going to talk about Pochettino. We're going to talk about the fitness regime that Pochettino has. It's going to be exciting. But more than anything, we are going to start, as Ganswood has it there, Ms. Rest in peace to Arsenal. We will talk a little bit about Arsenal and Brighton. I do want to cover all of this in my second channel. It's just so hard to find time with full-time work and trying to run this channel, and then trying to squeeze more time for the second channel, and then you've got family to look after as well. But we will try our level best. Big up to each and every one of you guys. As soon as you come through, destroy the like button. That's our thing. Destroy the like button. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe. Valen, thank you so much for the super chat. Matisse has already given the green light for all of us to come at him if or when Pochettino fails at Chelsea. You better be praying to all the gods. Now, okay, let's talk a little bit about this before we move on to the main topics of the Chelsea news. We would have all witnessed yesterday that Arsenal finally absolutely bottle jobbed this title, race that they were in this particular season. They will not have a better season to have gone for the title. You best believe next season a lot of the teams will come back harder. Man United will potentially get better. Liverpool definitely will get better. Man City will keep getting better and better. And then, you got the likes of us, Spurs. Then you've got Newcastle as well. Don't forget Newcastle. And then you've got Brighton and you've got Aston Villa. It's not going to be easy. This was the season for Arsenal Football Club to cement that position, get that title, because they are probably not going to see this. And I said this earlier on in the season that I don't think it's going to be this easy for Arsenal next season, man. I think they're going to be back like everyone else, fighting for top four. I don't even think they're going to be challenging for the title. It all depends on what they do in the transfer market. But what I'm trying to get to is apparently this is the third season under Arteta, and they have not won anything. Besides the first one when he came in and he won the FA Cup against Frank Lampard. Wish we won that, man. We had the game in our hand as well. We were looking good in that FA Cup final until Christian Pulisic got injured, and then everything sort of went sideways. But since then, for the last 3 seasons, Arteta has won nothing. Now, you tell me, ladies and gentlemen, the process, the project, this, that, the other. They've not won anything for the past 3 years. Surely this is something that we as a fan base have to realize. I get it. Next season is a pass. Not really a pass for Pochettino, but pass in the sense that I'm actually not going to be that upset if we don't win silverware in the first season under Pochettino, because of such a calamitous season that we had this season. We have to rectify so many things that I'm okay. I'm absolutely fine if we don't end up winning any silverware next season under Pochettino. However, we have to show development. We have to show some sort of progress. We have to at least be sixth, bare minimum, and then work from there. So for me, next season, but season after that, we have to get back into the conversations of winning trophies again, ladies and gentlemen. We cannot continue this thing that Arsenal got going, eighth, fifth, now second, and they're quite content with it. But the bottom line is, you got to be there to win trophies. They couldn't even make sure that Europa League, Europa Cup was in their grasp. They had nothing to do for the domestic cup competitions either. So look, it's a reality check for all of us that we don't fall into that trap. Honestly, that's what I'm going to say. And in regards to Brighton, wow, what a team, man. And big up, as Digital Film Reviews saying, thank you so much for the super chat. Big up Colwell, elite performance. What a performance. Do you know what? I was watching a clip of, obviously there's compilation of Lewa Colwell that's floating around, which is fantastic to see. His long-range passing, his line-breaking passing from deep, from that left centre-back position. But there was one clip, ladies and gentlemen, I got so excited about, and this is where I suppose the bravery and the courage of Lewa Colwell, but at the same time, Roberto De Zerbi, I think he's starting to revolutionize something, man. This manager is doing something different, and it's gonna get picked up upon very, very soon. Already, Pep Guardiola's got one eye just checking what he's doing in terms of the build-up. There was a particular clip. Lewa Colwell goes from LCB position and he tracks Odegaard all the way to Arsenal's, defensive third. Lewa Colwell went all the way from LCB position, tracking Odegaard. And this is the thing with Roberto De Zerbi. The idea was that they didn't want to get Odegaard free and open to do whatever he wants. They wanted to make sure that Lewa Colwell was on his case. And Colwell went all the way from LCB to the Arsenal final third to block out a pass. Yes, there was cover defense, there was people moving around ensuring that the space left behind Lewa Colwell was looked after, but this is, when was the last time you ever saw anything like that, man? And it just makes me think, this Roberto De Zerbi, he's next level, man. He's next level. And for someone like Lewa Colwell to be able to pull that off as well, do you know what? We've got a sensational player in our hand. We really do. And I thank Brighton as well for giving a fantastic loan opportunity where he gets to learn, and he's played quite a lot of games as well under Roberto De Zerbi, and he's learned a lot of stuff. The thing now we have to ensure is when Lewa Colwell comes back to Chelsea Football Club, in next season, which is just around the corner, a couple of months off, and then next season starts, that Pochettino has a clear plan, idea, style of play that gets the best out of Lewa Colwell from the back. The way Roberto De Zerbi uses Lewa Colwell, we need to be giving Lewa Colwell the confidence to play that way. Line-breaking passes from LCB, long passes to Mudryk, if Mudryk is starting on the left side. So we cannot bring Lewa Colwell in and then hold his progress and hold his development and keep him under shackles. We have to let him rip. Absolutely let him rip, man. Look out for Roberto De Zerbi. As I've said to you guys, I can't wait to follow Brighton a lot next year, man. Next season. I'm going to do a lot of their watch-alongs. Obviously, we're not going to be in Europe. Might as well do Brighton's European campaign. Hopefully, they make Europa League. I think it'll be a fantastic watch. So, yeah, that's going to be good. Okay, let's now talk about some of the Chelsea news, ladies and gentlemen. Before we do that, 162 people live right now. Smash the like button. Let's pump those likes, ladies and gentlemen. It's only 31 likes. Can we lift those likes up to 100 immediately. We've got enough people in the building, so let's do that. And if you're here for the first time as well, make sure you subscribe. Let's get to 23,000 subscribers. Shano, good to see you. Big up to each and every one of you guys. Bargo, Shubra, Mish, Shano, RS7, IO, YouTuber, Robin George, good to see each and every one of you guys. Baska Brahma, good to see you as well. Miz, as usual, the fan base will destroy Colwell. I hope not, man. I hope we understand. I truly hope we understand. Okay, Mount was offered a 1-year extension by Chelsea in February, but this was flatly rejected and seen as a ploy simply to raise his transfer fee. Relations between the players' representatives and the club are at an all-time low. Andy Dillon, Sun exclusive. I know we're a bit skeptical about Sun, but a lot of people tend to rate Andy Dillon, so take it with a pinch of salt, I suppose. A Blues source said, it feels like it is too late now for Mason. Pochettino is good, but he can't work miracles. If he had been brought in when Chelsea sacked Thomas Tuchel in September, then maybe it would be a different story. But in the 10 months, he hasn't been any resolution, and other clubs want him. Good luck to Pochettino and Mason but we are not hopeful. Look, do you know what? This one, if it was going to get done, it should have been done like a long time ago. I know contract extensions can take a bit of time. I understand that. But if it really was going to happen, it should have happened by now already. Not to say that it still can't happen. You know, there's still a bit of time. He's still got one more season left in his contract with Chelsea Football Club. Obviously, we don't want to lose him on a free, but you know, Pochettino wants him. As I said recently, I don't mind him staying around. Now, the question is, however, Shubra saying, look at Felix's take on this story. Okay, let me have a look at Felix's story first up. We'll come back to this. Come back to the conversation very, very soon. Have a quick look at Felix's story, as Shubra has just mentioned this. Okay. Mason Mount at Arsenal would not only be heart-wrenching, but also he would absolutely cook there. Playing as a left aid, really hope Poch works his magic. So it's not really, it's just him talking. As usual, I'm not reading comments. Okay, well, he's not really got anything in terms of an inside scoop or anything like that. It is more of his opinion. So, yeah, we can keep the opinions on the side for the time being. But the whole Mason Mount situation, look, if we do get him on a contract extension, that would mean I think Chelsea will have to submit to his demands. So whatever his demands are, Chelsea will have to submit to it. I don't see any other way. I don't see how we come to a compromise. The only way Mason Mount, in my personal opinion, signs a contract extension is if we come very close to meeting all his objectives in his contract. Now, I think one of the main objectives is obviously money, length of the contract. I don't think we can do more than 5 years anyway. So I'm not sure the length of the contract should be a concern unless Mason himself doesn't want 5 years contract. He probably wants maybe 3. I don't know. There is a whole heap of image rights, bonuses, this, that, the other. Don't forget, we don't have Europe next season. So we won't be able to give him the kind of money that he's looking for. Some of our players are going to take a pay cut. And, you know, you don't want to create a rift inside the Chelsea dressing room again for next season. Already there are going to be players who are going to take a pay cut in the likes of, I think, Enzo Fernandez, in the likes of Mudryk, all the new contracts that happened post last summer. So everyone that took a contract in January window, from there on in, they're going to be up for a pay cut because we didn't make it to Champions League. We didn't make it to Europe, basically. So there's a whole heap of that. Then there's the situation about, is Mason Mount going to be a starter? What formation is Pochettino going to play? A lot of people are saying 4-2-3-1. In a 4-2-3-1, Mason Mount, does he bang on start? He's definitely not going to play as a double pivot player. He's going to be up front as a number 10. I would be shocked if Pochettino uses him out wide, because that's not where we should be using him. as a number 10. Don't forget, Nkunku is coming as well. Don't forget, we are looking for a striker. Potentially, we're going to be looking to get João Felix on a loan one more season. So where does Mason Mount feature? These are some of the questions that Mason will probably be thinking in his head and assessing that I'm not going to be a regular starter. And I don't think Mason will appreciate that. And I think this is why we are not meeting his demands. Because if we pay the kind of money that he probably desires to get, then we are bound to start him. We have to start him because you can't be giving someone 200K a week, let's just say. 200K pounds per week. You can't just be benching them. And don't forget, only one game a week next season, just the Premier League. We don't have Europe. So there's not many games to be shared around. So me personally, if you deep it, I can't see how Mace stays around. Even though Pochettino wants this guy badly, and I've seen in social media already, people are saying, oh, we are already about to let Pochettino down. We're already going to let Pochettino down. Because we can't get Mason Mount. But this whole Mason Mount situation is very difficult. Recently, apparently, Todd Bowley spoke to him face to face. And now we're hearing that perhaps the matter is too late. Do you know what I mean? A blue source said it feels like it is too late now for Mason. But let me know what you guys think, man. I do tend to think it might be a bit too late. Mason won't fit with Poch, in my opinion. I think he will. I think he will definitely fit with Poch. I truly think he will. Work rate, intensity. Look, Mason has quality, man. He does have quality. Can he improve on his passing vision? Of course. Can he improve on his finishing? Of course. But off the ball, work rate, winning duels, like Mason on his day, like if he's switched on, he's a very good player. But there is obviously a lot of development that he needs to make. So I think Mason, definitely can be a Poch player. Definitely can be a Poch player. Dedication M, that issue of positioning also affects the likes of Kai Havertz looking surplus to requirements. 100%. 100% agreed. Where does Kai Havertz play? If we're going to get ourselves a striker, you best believe Kai Havertz will not be featuring as a striker anymore. And then where's his position? So even Kai Havertz will be under massive jeopardy, his position. No, we can't sell Kante as this time, bro. Kante, where did Kante conversation? Some people in the live chat just having their own little conversations. Torn between supporting the manager who wants Mount to stay or be happy if we receive a fee of 60 million, which is great fee for him, as I always found him to be average at best. Yeah, now this is the rumor. Arsenal eyeing a 60 million transfer for Mason Mount. Andy Dillon, once again, commenting on this. Few people are saying, imagine Declan Rice, Jorginho, and Mason Mount all in the same club at Arsenal, because Arsenal apparently seems to be really eyeing the Declan Rice situation. They've already got Jorginho. Imagine Declan Rice, Jorginho, and Mason Mount all in the same club. All these years of civil war in Chelsea Football Club, and they've all potentially could be at Arsenal together, which is going to be mad. Look, Mason Mount and Arsenal, personally, I can't see that happening. 60 million obviously is a fantastic fee. If something like that comes up, I think Chelsea will take that. But on his last year, 60 million, I really cannot see that happening. I would love somewhere around 50. I think that is reasonable. We ended up paying something around 50 anyway for Raheem Sterling, right? From Man City on his final year of his contract. I can't see why a well-touted English quality player in the likes of Mason Mount, I can't see why he can't go for at least 50 million. But I can't see him going to Arsenal, man. I can't see him switching from Chelsea Football Club to Arsenal. if anything, I think Liverpool is probably the biggest shout. But if there is a bidding war, for instance, and Arsenal's coming in with 60 million, wow, that would be something to definitely consider. It all comes down to players' personal terms being agreed and whatnot. What personal terms is Liverpool giving? What personal terms is Arsenal giving? So all of that matters. But in all honesty, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think Mason Mount will stick around, man. It may just be a bit too late, but we'll see. We'll see, man. As I said, I've got no issues if Mason Mount stays with Chelsea Football Club. I think there's definite benefit. I test, how are you, my man? I think Declan Rice's ship has sailed. The club have fudged it up. Yeah, we're not getting Declan Rice. The kind of money that West Ham are asking for as well, I don't think they're going to get 100 million anyway. But I think Declan Rice is looking for European football as well. So he doesn't want another season where there is no European football. If Arsenal gives him that opportunity, I think he'll take that. And it's not guaranteed that we will get European football next season. Off the back of this shambolic season that we've had, there's a lot of hard work that needs to happen. So I'm not really sure whether Declan Rice is willing to, stay patient even longer. Arsenal already have Odegaard and Smith Rowe. Why do they need Mount? Makes no sense because of Champions League football, my man. RS7. Arsenal next season will have Champions League football. They'll have a lot of games to play. Premier League, they're going to try and go again, of course, even though I believe they're going to be battling for top 4, but they're going to try and go again. Then there's the domestic cups, and then obviously the Champions League. They want to have a deep squad. There'll be injuries. So they want to be able to make sure that they can rotate well and have a squad full of quality. So I think that's probably why. And Emil Smith-Rowe, I think, is probably someone who's going to leave. I don't think it's going too well with Emil Smith-Rowe over there. Midfielder market isn't a problem. Kone, Ogate, Lavia, Caicedo, McAllister, Rice. Too many young midfielders out there. Not true. This is why I'm not worried about midfielders, man. I think it's stacked, as you said. Midfield market is stacked. I hope Bayern will take him. I always prefer selling abroad. Yeah, there was rumors about Thomas Tuchel, but I don't think Mason Mount will leave England. I think he'll stick around. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Fabrizio Romano, Mauricio Pochettino will be in London this week to sign the contract as new Chelsea coach, expected to be valid until June 2026. So 3-year contract, which is fantastic. Poch will start discussing transfer plans with the club. New striker and new midfielder will join Chelsea for sure. Guys, I mean, Fabrizio Romano is, he seems like 100% certain that we will get a striker. I mean, midfielder, I was absolutely sure about. Striker was a little bit, even though we need it, but the whole Lukaku situation just threw me off. I thought, if this guy's coming back, then are we really going to get a striker? But it looks like we will get a striker, So, which is great news. Now, some of the top strikers out there, Victor Osimhen, I don't think we're going to be going anywhere near him because of the price tag. Players like Harry Kane, I don't think will join us because of their, history with Spurs and the backlash that Kane would get from the fans. And that, I suppose, then leaves us with, in the likes of Vlahovic, in the likes of Lautaro Martinez. I'm starting to think Lautaro Martinez it might happen because, one, Pochettino wants him, and two, apparently Lautaro Martinez was already in the board's list. So watch this space for Lautaro Martinez. Maybe that's the one that might happen. Inter Milan needs the money. We need a striker. I'm a bit weary about Lautaro Martinez, but I'm hoping that, someone like Pochettino can get the best out of Lautaro Martinez and get him to adapt to the Premier League quick. Vlahovic, same thing, a bit weary, just like Lukaku. I mean, if he does come, fine. I think he's got the attributes to match up in the Premier League, but number 9 for Chelsea ain't easy, man. It just ain't easy. For me, I would love Vitor Roque, the youngster, build him up and see if we can turn him into the Aguero-esque, the Suarez-esque sort of player for us. But I know a lot of you guys are not appreciative of another young player. Fair enough. I would go with him. Ivan Toney is another name that's been floating around. Ivan Toney is genuinely a big shout as well. But obviously the gambling situation, we need to see what happens there, how much time he's going to miss out on that. And also Brentford are apparently going to be asking for a ridiculous fee. You know we're not going to do anything ridiculous. So the fee has to be right. This name has been floating around as well. Højlund. Look, I don't know too much about this Atalanta player, but that's another name that's floating around. Gonçalo Ramos from Benfica. He's a good shout as well, but I've not seen proper links as yet with Ramos. So we'll see what happens there. Once again, Gonçalo Ramos and Enzo Fernandez. There's a link there. Lautaro Martinez, Argentinian link as well. But yeah, looks like we're going to get a striker. Which is fantastic. T1, thank you so much for the super chat. In his nation, biggest game, Lautaro didn't even play. Yeah. I mean, look, I've got my doubts about Lautaro Martinez, but we'll see. I'm going to try and reach out to Uncle Sharma very, very soon and see if I can have a conversation with him about Lautaro Martinez and how things have been for Lautaro Martinez at Inter this season and then last season as well, and what the feel is. So I'll try and get an expert sort of fan opinion from them. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Mauricio Pochettino likes to keep a tray of lemons in his office after an Argentine friend told him they absorb negative energy, and he believes he has the ability to see an aura around people. Aura. Negative energy. Lemons. When you got lemons, make lemon juice. Why not, man? Why not? Keep the lemons, keep whatever you need to keep, get the negative energy out of there, and start something positive. See the aura around the people. I mean, look, I don't know where these people get these information from. And Matt Law, by the way, Matt Law's running out of articles to write. I think he's just he's I don't know who's giving him these sort of information, but he thinks it's article worthy. So let's see when Pochettino gets hired, if we do hear anything about lemons in his office that we'll want to watch out for, want to look out for. Danny Rose on Mauricio Pochettino. He's very thorough, very precise. He's a disciplinarian. He records training. He was the first manager I came across who records training, records gym sessions. There's no hiding place. I love this. I hope this happens at Chelsea Football Club. One of the biggest issue this season for us was we were not fit. We have to be one of the fittest teams next season, if not the fittest. I want to see next season our players pressing as a unit, counter-pressing absolute dogs like Gallagher. I know sometimes we laugh at Gallagher, but more, not like Gallagher just running around all by himself, not rudderless, not headless chicken running. I'm talking about constructive with a plan. I remember Spurs under Pochettino. I still remember they pressed the living daylights out of opposition. There was a match I remember watching, Spurs versus Man City, Pep Guardiola, early days. And Pochettino's Spurs just ate Man City up, man. Ate them up. I need to see that next season. I need Chelsea players not be passive, lethargic, move as a unit, high line, and eat the opposition up, man. Eat them up. In their face, 1v1. Look at Brighton, man. Look how Brighton press and work off the ball. Sensational. Look at Aston Villa as well. Aston Villa, another great team off the ball. The work rate is unbelievable. I need our team next season to be proactive. From minute, as soon as the whistle starts for the match, I need our team to be on the case. Far too many times this season, I've seen just, not enough life, not enough energy Or maybe the energy is there for the first 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then it's dead. No, next season, I need the energy for full 90 minutes. So the opposition is just like buggered and done. Do you guys remember? It might have been Thomas Tuchel the season when we won the Champions League, when we played away from home to Real Madrid at the Bernabeu. We ran and ran and ran. We did not settle. We did not allow Real Madrid to settle. We destroyed them. That's the level of intensity I need next season, man. I badly, badly need that intensity. And this is why, a player like Mason Mount, some of you guys have said is not going to fit. This is why I believe he will fit. So let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens. But yeah, Mauricio Pochettino on his Gacon test. The players have 45 seconds to cover 150 meters with 15 seconds to rest in each subsequent 45 seconds rep. They have to run 6.25 meters further with the intensity steady increasing. I mean, look, this is Ricky Lambert back in the Southampton days. Pochettino's Southampton. If you guys remember Pochettino's Southampton, that was a sensational Southampton to watch. Ricky Lambert, Adam Lallana. Did it have what's his name? Joe Allen? Did it have Joe Allen, Ricky Lambert, Adam Lallana? Who else did it have? Did it have Nathaniel Klein? Sadio Mane? I'm pretty sure it had Sadio Mane. Graziano Pele, yeah. Like, that was a good team, man. That was a very, very good team. Ricky Lambert from that Southampton team ended up getting an opportunity with Liverpool. Luke Shaw, Tadic, yeah, here we go. Now the names are coming out. Luke Shaw was immense under Pochettino. Tadic as well. Van Dijk, yeah, how can I forget Van Dijk? That was a mad team. So I need that, man. I need that. If Poch can just get us buzzing like that, oof. I just need that. Gary Neville, I love Mauricio Pochettino. I always thought if Chelsea brought in Pochettino and refined the squad a little, they could have a very good season next year. Pochettino will not take a job on if he doesn't think there is a huge potential there. Look, we definitely have a huge potential. There's no doubt about that. We need to get rid of a whole heap of players and allow Pochettino to do the work. Wanyama, another big shout as well. Massive, massive shout. Yeah, get rid of a lot of players, make the playing unit smaller, and work. Next season, I want to see players just hungry, man. Hungry and determined to do well. Because this season, you screwed up. And I'm not putting all the blame on the players because we screwed up elsewhere. I feel like the owner's biggest contributor to the mess. I'm hoping the owners, slowly are learning from all of this. Already looks like the 3-year contract to Pochettino seems like they are learning. Hopefully they learn even more. But the players, you're culpable as well. This season was a shambles. Shambolic season. Next season, you have to give it back to the fans, man. You have to. You cannot be just collecting those smart wages, those handsome wages, and going to your home and relaxing and enjoying your time of your life. You have to give something next season to the fans, man. You have to rectify. Next season, you got to be so hungry. And it all starts from the preseason. It all starts from preseason. I need to see the preseason treated as like it's do or die. You're going to war for a whole season. I don't want the preseason to be treated like some sort of a holiday again because it's in America. It all starts from here. And these players have to give it back next season. You've got to give it back. You cannot let us down one more time, man. Seriously. Football CFC Candy. What is the difference between Poch Spurs and Arteta's Arsenal? Poch scored more goals, got to a UCL final, and spent no money. Arteta made the UCL once. There you go. There you go. Miz, do you think Poch can work with Ruben as sort of like a Musa Dembele figure? Yeah, potentially. Look, I don't need to work with Ruben for a potential Musa Dembele type of a player. I mean, I rather some of these players moved on, man. Like we've seen enough of them. Let's get fresh new faces where we can, and then build on the new players. Maybe for some of these existing players, it's better they leave as well and get a fresh start elsewhere. I don't need to have Ruben Loftus-Cheek stick around. He's only got one more year left apparently after this season, so we rather get some money out of him. He may not want to leave, by the way, because he's on some really good wages, 150k a week. So he may not want to leave. So, Poch might want to keep him around. But yeah, Ruben Loftus-Cheek barely even plays for Chelsea Football Club. The odd game here and there. Yeah, he had a good game against Nottingham Forest, no doubts. But he doesn't play enough. We need players that are going to contribute heavily next season. Robbie, we have had players down tooling for many years now, and the manager has always been scapegoated for that. Yeah, no more. No more. The board, the owners, everyone will have to back Pochettino. And if a player is not willing to align to Poch and the board, that player needs to be removed straight away. A lot of the power, Poch has to be the center of all attention. Poch has to be the main guy, bigger than the players. He just has to, in order to command respect, in order to command authority, needs to. Ryan, Miz, do you think our players will maintain fitness under Poch? They break down without pressings or running. I see us having lots of players out year one. Yeah, that's true talk. But this is where Poch's backroom staff with I think his son's coming in, who does all the data analysis as well. There's going to be, dietitians, this, that, the other. I'm hoping we can increase our fitness, but at the same time, I'm hoping we maintain the body for most of these players, and that they don't break down. So we have to find that right balance. We really do have to find that right balance, because injuries are a huge concern for us. Every season we seem to be getting done left, right, and center with several injuries, and that's something we definitely need to look into. We have to get fitter, but at the same time, we need to limit injuries massively. T1, thank you so much for the super chat. I feel Reece James has rested on his laurels. Yeah, Reece James next season. I can't have any more injuries, man. We need to get to the bottom of this. Need Reece James to play a lot more games. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap things up. Just a final comment. Make sure you smash the like button. 15 more likes before we hit 100. We've got over 300 people live right now. And make sure you subscribe. Hit the subscribe button as well. Let's get to 23,000. This will be the last comment. Miz, we need a Caicedo type of a player to unleash the beast out of Enzo. Yeah, look, we're going to get a midfielder. We're definitely getting a defensive midfielder. Who is it going to be? Let's see. Plenty of names floating around. Declan Rice. Surely Arsenal can't get Declan Rice and Caicedo. Obviously, Liverpool's looking at Caicedo as well. But then there's Ugarte. There's plenty of players available in defensive midfield. So I'm not worried about that. Hopefully, we just get a solid player to partner with Enzo Fernandez, and we should be fine. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe. Hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. I shall see you guys later on UK time, bringing you the latest in all of Chelsea news around 10:30 p.m. UK, late night specials. Until then, see ya.